Years ago, I worked with a woman who came into my private practice, and I worked with her for maybe 2 years. And I'll say this, she was one of the very, very few that came to see me on a regular basis and that did not have very many breakthroughs, where she didn't really shift. 99.9% of the people that came on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis, they made huge, huge breakthroughs and transformations in their life. It was massive. The work is so deep and it just gets in there and creates amazing shifts and tools and all the things. Anyway, so what I learned from this person was the reason that she didn't have transformation in her life or breakthroughs in her life is because she really didn't care that much. She liked coming, she enjoyed that, but she didn't care about her healing as much as I did. And I'm going to share about that in a second. Well, I'll share about it now, actually. She didn't care about it. Took me a very, very long time to realize that I was working harder for some clients than they were working for themselves. Like, people would tell me that concept, you can't want it more than them. You can't want it more than them. My teachers would say that. But my desire, and it wasn't about an ego. I wasn't attached to them having results so I could look good. That's never been my motive, ever. Like, ever. My motive has been, I want people to heal and transform and live the best life they can on this planet. That's been my motivation. But I was very, very much like, I was so attached and so much wanting it for people more than they want it for themselves. Some people. And she was one of those people. And it took me a while to get there. So this one day we were doing healing work, and this is when I was doing live sessions, like in-person sessions. And most of the time, almost 99% of the people, I teach people how to do their own journey work. I'm just the guide, but I'm teaching so that when people do their own work, it's way more powerful. But once in a while, and she was the case, I would do the healing work for her and then come back and report and do the energy work with the guides for her. So one day I was doing this singing bowls, and I was like, whoa, I was in it, like 5-10 minutes deep in it, doing deep work on her, which it takes a lot of energy and a lot of practice to do that. And I look up and she is on social media on her phone, didn't just completely checked out. And I'm pretty sure that was the last time I saw her. We had a conversation and it woke me up. It woke me up. She was such an amazing teacher for me. It woke me up out of this trance of, I'm going to do it for you until you can do it for yourself. No, 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 no. It woke me up out of this trance, and we had a conversation about, this is very disrespectful. I'm working so hard for you. And this was her, her addiction was checking out on her phone. Her addiction was sleeping all the time. That was her addiction. And she was in her addiction, but she couldn't set that down while I was working for her really hard for her. So I hope that conversation that she and I had supported her, but it really supported me because it woke me up. And I realized then, I'm happy to support people through their resistance, absolutely, if they meet me halfway. If they meet me and their desire to transform is way more than mine. Like, I can hold it, or at least we meet it there, right? That we're meeting, and like, we both want this. We both want you to transform. We both want you to heal. We both want you to live the best life, and we're meeting in that place. That's golden. And I just pulled back, and I've done a lot of work around it. Now, cut to today. I'm feeling that feeling again. I'm feeling that feeling again of like, I want it more than people want it. But here's why. So I'm checking myself on it, but here's why I'm feeling it again. Because what I've been noticing, and I talk to a ton of people all of the time, all over the world, is in the last few months, people are starting to go back into the drift of life, the drift of busyness, the drift of excuse, the drift of fear, the drift in distraction. But guess what? While they're in that drift, the pain or discomfort or avoidance or lack of connection or not going after what they desire, that's not getting any better. But the busyness is still the same. I'm noticing a lot of this, and it's in the collective right now. It's in the collective. And when Meaning, when I say that it's in the collective, what I mean is it's like kind of like this virus that's going around that a lot of people are getting around inaction or holding back or distracting, but at the same time, old wounding or patterns or habits or staying small is like it's doing push-ups in the background while we're in this distraction. It's literally a fear virus right now, a kind of like checked out virus. And as things ramp up with AI and all of the things that are coming, we got to be really careful here. So with this sort of like, I'm just going to call it a virus of distraction, virus of excuse, virus of fear, but yet people's uncomfortability still remain. I've been noticing it, and my desire to like be like, oh my God, let me, come on, wake up, has started to kick in, and I needed to check it. It's a painful place to be. And what I noticed in COVID, what happened in COVID was people were all in on themselves. Like that was awesome. I mean, COVID wasn't awesome, but there was a lot of gems that came out of COVID. And that was one of them that people were like, I'm going to take that cooking class. I'm going to take that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to hike this trail. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to do that work I never did on myself. And what's happening is people are going back to sleep again. People are going back to sleep again. And it's so, I'm not going to say this. I always kind of give excuses for people. I'm not going to do it anymore. I was going to say it's so easy to do, but yeah, it is. We are set up for distraction. I've got phone, all this stuff. Yeah, it is. But here's the question I want you to ask yourself. Are you worth going all in on yourself? And what I mean by all in on yourself is, we have this lifetime, this one, in this body, in the way I look, the way you look right now, in the relationships we form. Yes, we have past lives and all that stuff, but right now we're right here. And what we do right here matters. So here, what I ask you is like, are you all in with yourself? Are you all in with yourself? Or are you selling out? Are you allowing fear to be stronger than your power? Are you allowing excuses to be stronger than action? And if you are, just notice it. Just get curious and take a moment and get real with yourself on where you have been within you. Do you have a vision of your life? I know you do. Something you've always wanted to do or create or manifest that's there. Or maybe you've manifested a lot in your life and you have that, you're very disciplined and driven and you have that next piece and you want to get there. And ask if you're all in on you. I asked myself that question today, and to be honest, there was a couple parts of me that wasn't. And I'm shifting that right now. Because imagine a life where you are all in on you. This is not selfish. No. If you had that in your mind, no. What's selfish is the avoidance. What's selfish is the distraction. Because when we're in that energy, we're not present. When we're all in, we're present. So to wrap it up, I was noticing that energy coming back. Like, I just want people. I would love to inspire you to go all in, but again, I can't, you got to do it for yourself. And you are worth it. You are so worth it. You are so worth it. And we're complex. Humans are complex. We're simple, but complex. And a little bit of action towards going all in on yourself goes a very, very long way. It's the inaction. It's the not doing anything. My husband, the last thing I'll say is my husband didn't do work on himself for years. We were about to divorce separate, I would say, about a year and a half ago. He ended up getting a coach, amazing. Then he worked with a shaman. He still is a healer, amazing. He's a different person. And our relationship is different. And guess what? The effort and the investment is minimal, meaning, an hour to get there and back and an hour in the session. And then the ripple effect is incredible. It's incredible. So the amount of time we spend thinking about like, oh, it's going to be too much time, those are all excuses. It's going to be too much money, excuses. All of that stuff always works out when we go all in. We go all in. So are you ready to go all in with yourself? And if there is something that you're dealing with that's causing you pain and you're pushing it aside, ask yourself, am I worth it? And the answer is yes, even if you have a voice in yourself, in your mind that says, no, don't do that. You've tried everything in the past. Nothing's ever worked. That is a very scary mantra in your head. I hear that from people. I've tried everything and nothing works. You're talking to a girl, a woman who lost both of her parents, 5 years old, suicide and mental illness. And then I was in abusive homes, blah, 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 blah. The story, right? But the story could have killed me. Could have killed me. What got me to where I am today was action and investment in myself, time, energy, learning, growing. Really. So if you have that story too, well, I've tried everything, or nothing works, or it's not the right time. That's a good one. There's never a right time. There's never a right time. And what I will say is right now, the last thing, there's a lot of heaviness and density in the collective meaning the human collective, all of us, the energy. There's a lot of density. Absolutely. It's intense. But you know why? Because there's a lot of light and there's a lot of opportunity to go that way. But the pull right now, one day I'll share this journey I had today. It was so powerful about collective stuff that's happening in the collective. Happy to share that with you, maybe next video. But the opportunity to really go this way and manifest what it is that you want in timelines and feel the way you want to feel and go all in is right there. But there is a very seductive pull to stay in the fear, but we don't have to. All right, I've gone on long enough. Time to go all in. Time to go all in. And guess what? I'll be right here, rooting you on and ready to meet you exactly where you are. I won't do it for you, but I'll be rooting you on and meeting you there. And it'll be amazing. All right, my name is Beth Osmer, and I will see you on the next video.